Yo, in today's video, we'll be looking at creepy and bizarre TikToks that will make you question your own reality.
To tell me that there is a tree out in the middle of a desert that's over 400 years old, and it even baffles scientists because no one knows where the water source is. So this is the tree of life, and it's in the Middle East in Bahrain. And I really gotta thank my son for this one, because he got stationed out in Bahrain, and one day I was like, so what's there to do out there? And he was like, I don't know, I might go see the tree of life one day. And I'm like, the tree of life? He's like, yeah, it's this tree out in the middle of the desert and no one knows how it's surviving. Some people believe that this tree could be the original point of the Garden of Eden, and the water source is mysterious. But archaeologists have dated the tree back to over 400 years old. 4.2. Who's gonna rate a tree less than a 5? Come on, somebody's going straight to hell. Kidding. So apparently it sits on one of the higher points out in the desert, and yeah, it's even got its own little dirt road to tree of life. Isn't that cool? There's a lot of different theories on how this tree gets its water. Some think that it could get it from the sea breeze from the Persian Gulf. Others believe that the trees learn to extract moisture from the grains of sand. Either way, people are astonished with the fact that there is so little rainfall and no freshwater sources in the region, and the tree is standing tall and green like heaven. So my son had sent pictures of the view from his apartment, and his little brother, who is 9, asked if he was living on the moon.
I wonder what's underneath the desert over there. Like, is there water underneath there? Whoever's seen the movie Dune.
They just landed at Denver Airport, and they started to disembark the plane, emptied half the plane out, and apparently the airport and plane went on lockdown. So a half-empty plane, they stopped, shut the doors, and my brother's currently locked in the plane with his 6-year-old daughter and whoever else hadn't already disembarked. They're not letting them off. Apparently the airport is on lockdown. Does anyone know why this would happen, or what's going on, or what would lead to this kind of like mid-disembarkation lockdown?
I'd be spooked out if I was on that plane.
Next time you go to your doctor's office, make sure you ask him this question. Hey doctor, can you please test my fasting insulin? Now this conversation is going to go one of two ways. He's going to say, no, you don't need it. It's okay. Lipid panel will be okay, or your hormone panel, your metabolic panel will be okay. You don't need fasting insulin. Which, if they say that, question them. Well, why not? Or he'll say, fine, whatever, it's going to cost you more money, blah, 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 blah. But then they may not even talk to you about the results. Why is it so important for you to understand your insulin? Because you can be insulin resistant. You can have high fasting insulin and not have it impact your metabolic panel, not have it impact your lipid panel. So you can have all these symptoms that won't show up in your lab work. It won't show up in your cholesterol. It won't show up in your blood pressure. It won't show up in your glucose. It won't show up in your A1C. It won't show up in your liver enzymes. It won't show up in a lot of the places where eventually, had you tested your insulin, it will impact. So if you don't know the symptoms of insulin resistance, make sure you check out this video, and make sure to ask your doctor about fasting insulin or insulin resistance, because it could save your life.
I need a farmer to answer this question for me. Why is everything getting contaminated with listeria? Okay. Boar's Head, just recall, they upped the number of pounds that they're recalling their deli meat to 7 million pounds of deli meat for listeria contamination, which is literally taking the lives of people, right?
Yeah, no ham sandwiches, no turkey sandwiches over here today. Nope, y'all better put something else on that bread.
Right, so that's a problem. Then I just seen that Aldi and Kroger has issued a huge recall for their produce, their dips, their prepackaged crap. I don't know, but for listeria again. Earlier in the year, some company had to recall all of their sour cream, milk, cheese products for what? Take a guess. Listeria. Why listeria? Is it because people are cutting corners or something with I don't know how that is, what the connection is there. But why is Listeria such a problem right now? Like, everything is getting recalled for Listeria, and if it hasn't gotten recalled yet, it's finna. So some farmer explain to me what's going on with Listeria.
Yeah, what's going on with Listeria? Because this ain't cool.
See, I didn't try to tell people over a year ago, and I got them posted, so I keep the receipts about what was going to happen. Lo and behold, China was issued a warning shot as the United States sinks a 820-foot ship with stealth explosives. But y'all think this is just minor, right? Oh no, it's just beginning, family. And like I said, y'all better get ready. I'm ready. I hope you is. Let's get into the article. It says the United States military sent a warning shot to the decommissioned naval ship. Say the ship was active from 1976 to 2009, weighing 39,000 tons. So, yeah, clearly it was aimed at China. They're calling it an exercise, right? I hope y'all been exercising your plan for when shit hits the fan. Don't let that go over your head. Because on the flip side, according to this article and many other articles, China has repositioned some of their ships in U.S. ally territory and close to our own shores. So yeah, are you ready, fam? Leave in the comments below. Peace and one love.
How crazy is this? As far as you can see, just rocks.
Dude, I wonder how many layers of rock this is.
Dude, it's insane.
Not even the trees have grown through.
That's what I'm saying. Like, just
You know, that is interesting. Like, where did all the rock come from? It doesn't just show up there randomly. And I had a question from my cousin recently because he does a lot of hiking. And he went up on the top of some mountain, and it was just like a bunch of broken rock. So I asked him, how do you think that rock got there? He didn't have an answer. He's like, yo, I really don't know how it got here. It's just here, though, and there's so much of it, it looks like it's broken. So if y'all got any answers for that, how does rock just randomly appear in certain places? How did it originally get there? Or what was there before?
Okay, breaking news right now. Look for Joe Biden's account here on TikTok. Just wait a second, though. But I want you to check it out. Everything's getting scrubbed. Go to Twitter. He used that one the most, like, personally, supposedly. It's scrubbed. Everything is getting scrubbed. All the videos, all the interviews and everything. What is happening? There's a lot of weird things happening. He's still the president. You know, it's kind of like this campaign has been so weird. It almost feels like Kamala's taking over already, right? And so what do you guys think is really happening? Let me know in the comments and follow me because I don't waste your time.
Yeah, it is kind of weird, honestly.
I would advise all that's watching here in this blog here, please go and look up Dubai with the pooping thing. Okay, right here on TikTok. I want you to look at that. We're being taken over. Dubai's dictatorship. It's not China. No. They small fry. Russia small fry. Dubai. You don't want Dubai's dictatorship. You don't. Look at Egypt that they've been giving you in script and movies, and I want you to look at Dubai. Look at a video that's posted on how they lure all the poor in to build their nation. The poor build Dubai. Everything there is artificial. Built that whole damn place, and then they take their passport. They can't leave. Don't that seem like?
What's going on with the Dubai stuff? I gotta look into that, man. I ain't trying to see no Dubai dictatorship, but that does make me question things. We all focused on Russia, China. Ain't nobody thought about Dubai, one of the most richest places in the world. Let me read this. Breaking. The U.S. is facing a recession. A war between Israel and Iran will burst the bubble inflated by printing dollars without cover. Iran is doing massive damage just by waiting. Market sell-off. We have never been down 1,000 points ever. Not even intraday on the NASDAQ.
My camera started malfunctioning. I can't make this shit up. And there's fucking dogs barking at me here in the middle of nowhere, guys. Yo, that shit is lighting up the fucking sky, guys. Look at it over there. Yo, it's the craziest shit I've ever seen, guys. Let's get in the car.
What was that?
I'm going to show you guys the labs of a 29-year-old female who's been dealing with constipation, depression, hot flashes, sleep issues. She can't focus during the day because her energy is so low. She has low libido, and she told me that she feels like she was being gaslit by the doctors. She has some of the worst testing that I've seen in some time. Check out what we found. So on her stool test, she showed up with parasites, potentially pathogenic bacteria and yeast, very poor ability to detox out of her gut, and more overgrowth of bacteria. And then we ran an adrenal panel on her, and as you guys can see, her free cortisol is through the roof. She's extremely high in the morning when she wakes up. She crashes in the afternoon, and then it spikes again in the morning. This is why she's having trouble sleeping. And the last test that we checked was a mold test, and she showed up with 3 different toxic molds through the roof. This is going to be causing some significant issues in her body, and we need to figure out where the actual source of the mold is coming from. So the first thing that we have to do is get rid of those parasites. We are going to use anti-parasitic herbs to do so. We're also going to have her check her home and her place of work for the mold and get her some anti-stress herbs for all of that high cortisol.
What's this? Wait, Barack Obama's hands? Yeah. Whoa. Hold on. Y'all see that? Look at his hands. And then look at his face. That's wild. What's this? A beam in the sky? Oh, nah. What is this? Wrong kind of fireworks you want to see.
نفلا بعد نفلا بعد نفلا لا هني هتخبرين.
Something's going down right now with the earthquakes. Hold on. Three-point for Chicago. Multiple three-pointers, Oklahoma. Hold on to your asses.
It's a lot of earthquakes. Dang. Whoa. Look at the other side of things. Shout out to Africa.
Yo, can somebody explain to me what the hell is that? Where is it?
Oh, there we go.
What is that, yo? That thing is not moving.
That mug just sitting there, coasting, floating.
That looks like a flying saucer. What is that? The thing is just not moving at all in the sky. Come closer, you alien.
What if you really came closer too?
Aliens live in the water. Aliens live in the water.
Mine's somewhere out there.
And they have these things where in the water, they put nanotechnology in your water and your food, so they press a button and your stomach starts
I know a smoke
hurting.
shop that sells all the
yes,
flavors.
They do weird. They have weird technology. I'm trying to expose everything right now. They do weird technology. All the food that you're eating right now, they put little technology in there. So when they want to get you feeling sick, like if you really don't like feeling sick, they can press a button or feel nausea. If they don't, they have nanotechnology. All the aliens are in the water. They're actually getting ready to come out with everything. It's fucking insane.
True.
We're in the end times right now. I'm not even kidding, guys. Get right with Jesus. I'm not kidding. I promise you guys, I wouldn't lie. I'm not a weirdo. I'm safe. I'm not.
Who believes Ryan? I believe Ryan. I think they're in the water too. And I believe the whole nanoparticle thing that he was saying. Isn't it crazy? Like, I think it was Coca-Cola signed a multi-million-dollar, maybe even billion-dollar deal with Microsoft. Microsoft, out of all people. Who owns a lot of the farmland? Microsoft. Maybe not Microsoft, but under Bill Gates in some way, form, or fashion. But under Bill Gates, basically. So what's really going on with our food and with our water?
This thing keeps flying around our neighborhood. Look at this thing. What? Why is it so low? Bro! What are you doing?
For real, what's going on?
Why is it flying so low? And there it goes. Why are you so close? Does anybody know why they would do this?
Nah, I don't have an answer for you, Johnny.
Everything's here is so chaotic, man. Anyways, have you seen Chaotic?
Animals are way more in tune with nature and with spirituality than us.
Good morning, Michael. Yeah, the US bolstering air defenses in and around Israel, sending additional cruisers, destroyers and another squadron of fighter jets to this region after Iran promised to severely punish Israel for those 2 assassinations in Tehran and Beirut last week. President Biden announcing those new defensive measures for Israel on the phone to Prime Minister Netanyahu over the weekend, with the president calling their phone call very direct, saying the killing of the leader of Hamas in the Iranian capital had, quote, not helped the chances of getting a ceasefire in Gaza. A former Israeli general telling me he thinks Iran and Hezbollah will attempt a more decisive attack than that mass barrage of Iranian drones and missiles fired at Israel in April. The US rallying allies. President Biden expected to talk this morning with King Abdullah of Jordan and then gather his security team in the Situation Room this afternoon.
We need to find a way to make sure that the assistance that would go through Rafah can get through safely. But we do strongly. An agreement on a ceasefire and hostages. A critical partner as well in trying to get humanitarian assistance into people in Gaza who need it. I can't comment on the details of the negotiations. The bottom line, though, is that
I was saying, the People's Republic of China.
He is a war criminal. The blood of 40,000 people is on his hands.
You know, these officials, these people in the higher ups, they do not care about the masses at the end of the day. You know, they'll drop a bomb real quick. They don't care who's gone, who's there. And why is the White House spokesman wearing an Israeli dog tag? I don't know. That's a really good question. But I think we know the answer. I think the answer is that Israel is the United States. And the United States is Israel. It's pretty obvious to me. What happened here? Riot? Maybe riot in like the UK and stuff. I can see that. Yo, why do lights look like that? Like a spider web or something.
Wow. Right around the time that Yellowstone decided to squirt all over her guests, an alert level was raised at Hawaii's Kilauea volcano due to rapidly evolving situation. And in case you haven't heard what this rapidly evolving situation is, I want to thank Paris and Cartier for making it a point of tagging me in a video describing that within the last 24 hours, there's been over 200 earthquakes in Hawaii. That's right, 200 plus earthquakes in Hawaii. So if that doesn't make you think, if that doesn't make you wonder what the hell is going on with Mother Earth, then you're lost. You are. You really, really are. 2024 is getting freaking crazy.
¿Alguien me puede explicar qué carajo es eso? ¿Qué puñeta es ese cabrón es Batman? Mira. Cabrón, si él abre las manos, este es para el carajo. Ese cabrón sale en gala. No, vete para el carajo, cabrón, no te creo. ¿Qué nueva bichería es esta?
So is that a person just like standing on the ledge? A giant or something? I don't know what that is.
I'm still out here untouched, so nothing really popping. But yeah, man, I'm getting a lot of crazy DMs. The DMs have been a war zone lately.
Back in 2011, Kathy was spotted in Vegas with Jay-Z, Diddy, and some other people, but Beyonce was nowhere around, and they were in a relationship at the time. I also threatened Jay-Z and told Jay-Z, well, if you don't give me said amount of money, I'm going to tell the world that we are messing around, and I'm going to announce it. Now, Jay-Z could not have this because Beyonce was pregnant with Blue Ivy at the time.
Perhaps the saddest thing in this entire story is that Kathy White was a real person with a real family, friends, and a career, and what seemed like a bright future ahead of her. She was clearly an intelligent and confident young woman who had graduated from an esteemed university and created a seemingly successful life for herself in the world of entertainment in Los Angeles, where most people attempting the same thing will likely fail. She made it, as well as later also seemingly succeeding in New York. Yet all that seems to be left of her now is the rumor of her being Jay-Z's alleged mistress.
So it looks like those old rumors about Jay-Z's alleged mistress Kathy White and her mysterious death are back in the limelight. And this time, popular YouTuber Trap Trap Lore Ross has decided to dig deep into the story, uncovering some seriously chilling details. But here's the real kicker. Word on the street is that Trap Lore might have put himself in hot water by diving into Kathy White's story. Fans are seriously on edge, worried that Jay-Z might pull some strings, not necessarily to come after Trap Lore physically, but maybe to take down his channel. On the flip side, some folks are speculating that Trap Lore's bold move could mean something major is about to come out about Jay-Z this year. So what exactly did Trap Lore Ross uncover about Kathy White's death? And is he really getting threats now? Let's find out.
It's just like a lot of internet haters. At the same time, like, I do move cautiously. I don't do anything dumb that I would think would catch me slipping. From prison, by promising to hire him to his clothing brand Rockaware for a steady employment, might have been the person that had something to do with Kathy's death, with one article explaining how Jay-Z had contacted the judge to get Jones out of a 16-year prison sentence 37 months early with a promise of a 50,000-year job at Jay-Z's company. Jasper, on the other hand, was only getting started and would soon come out with yet another post, this time doubling down on the claim that the mainstream media was preparing to take Jay-Z down, as well as discussing another long-held rumor that Jay-Z had already had a child with a woman from the Caribbean who he had paid to stay silent. He would also provide a quote from the tabloid who had contacted him, with the journalist allegedly telling him that all of Kathy's friends, except Claudia, had indeed admitted that she had been in a relationship with Jay-Z, with the quote then ending with a casual question that you wouldn't expect to see in professional journalism: Jackie, do you know if Jay practices Satanism? The foul play angle was also gaining more popularity amongst the users of forums like the Lipstick Alley, with salacious posts suggesting that the aneurysm was used as a cover for the real cause of death, and a wild claim that Kathy had the same ring as Beyonce and that Jay-Z had bought a condo in New York City for a mystery woman, while other posters had their cake and ate it too, claiming that aneurysm-induced deaths have been used to cover up murders for years, also saying that Jay-Z is way too soft to be catching bodies. At this point, only days after Kathy's untimely death, the writing was already on the wall, with the internet clearly becoming increasingly convinced there had been foul play and somehow Jay-Z had been involved. But interestingly, if Kathy's old online obituary that's still accessible via the Wayback Machine is to be believed, even an investigative journalist from the New York Post will try to get in contact with her family in the weeks following her death. Although this might just as well have been an online sleuth trying to fish more information whilst pretending to be an actual journalist, nevertheless, despite Jasper's claims that a major tabloid was looking into Kathy and Jay's relationship and were about to go public in a major way, with even a possible New York Post journalist attempting to get in contact with Kathy's family to look into the death, in the months and years following her passing, no major articles would ever come out, and the story would only stay alive in the gossip and conspiracy forums in the blogosphere. At times, this story has gained more momentum, like in 2016 when Kanye West would do the infamous speech on stage in Sacramento where he would claim that Jay-Z had killers. The rumors were eventually also dug up by content creators on platforms like YouTube and TikTok coming into the late 2010s and early 2020s. However, in late 2023, the case would suddenly get a huge new boost, as another hip-hop mogul ended up getting in hot water, with the implication being that if he went down, he'd be taking Jay-Z with him. As mentioned at the beginning of the video, as P. Diddy's dark escapades begun truly hitting the internet with force in late 2023, following the explosive lawsuit by his ex Cassie, these rumors and allegations would eventually begin to affect also those people close to him, particularly Jay-Z. One of the people going hardest against Jay-Z was none other than one of his toughest competitors during the 2000s, and one of the hardest trolls to appear from New York's rap scene, 50 Cent, who would begin to post on social media following Diddy's downfall about how Jay-Z was nowhere to be found when his supposed friend needed support, with 50 Cent clowning Jay-Z with a post showing Jay-Z's picture as a missing poster on a milk carton and a caption saying, "Diddy says Jay isn't answering his phone." And there's another post showing an unflattering picture of Jay-Z's iconic lips, along with a caption saying Jay is in hibernation. He's not coming out the house until the situation with Diddy blows over, as well as seemingly referencing the cancellation of Jay-Z's infamous Rock Nation brunch, with perhaps the subliminal implication being that Jay-Z was also afraid of his own skeletons coming out next. Meanwhile, as mentioned at the beginning of the video, the singer Jaguar Wright, who used to work with Jay-Z for a moment as a backup singer in the 2000s, was now all over the internet attacking Jay, with her undeniably entertaining interviews where she would claim to expose all kinds of dark secrets about her former colleagues, which ultimately gained millions of views.
You want to know what makes Diddy being publicly shamed like this so left?
What's that?
Sean Carter is worse.
Uh-oh. Oh, man.
Sean Carter is just as bad as the Diddler. And I know that for a fact. I got the scars to prove it.
So, there's been so many people on the internet trying to figure out where you are. They're watching you. They're, You know, they're doing all types of stuff trying to figure you
You
out.
want to know what a box cutter feels like going into your skin and ripping you? I can tell you how it feels. Y'all ain't seen shit yet. That cancer shit, that's nothing.
So are you trying to say like Jay-Z put hands on you?
I'm saying Sean Carter remembers everything he did to me, and he's got it on tape. Just like Diddy.
On tape, though.
And it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be the women that get him in the end.
So you say that
Jay-Z! And I think it's time for him to start speaking up about his very good friend. Just 9 months ago, you were singing his praises. All that he's done for the culture. And how you gotta be crazy like Diddy to make it. You didn't want to sit next to him at the Grammys. Told everybody that he had cooties. And canceled the Rock Nation brunch. Which is your favorite event? Because that's how you line up who you gonna move around next year. Like y'all did with Clarence Avant. I'm gonna get you. And I told you I would. And I'm gonna keep my word. And you're gonna pay me in full.
In one such interview with the Real Life Productions channel, Wright would even go on to claim that Kathy had been murdered by a woman and that Diddy had a video of the murder.
Last question. I asked you to do this earlier, but I just want you to do it even more, go detailed. What do you predict will happen next in the future? You know, it's like you see it before it happens.
Kathy White's true killer is going to be unveiled, and it's not a man. And that woman died screaming. Show him the tape, Diddy. You got it. That might buy you a little time. You should probably stop looking for plastic surgeons. Looking for a new life, new face.
But Wright wasn't the only one coming out with some very serious allegations, because in March 2024, a journalist named Liz Crokin would come out claiming that she had been in contact with Kathy in the weeks leading up to her death, whilst working for the major tabloid Star magazine. Pretty much exactly like Jackie Jasper had claimed only days after Kathy's passing in 2011, and that Kathy had first denied ever hanging out with Jay-Z. After the journalist confronted her with the photos from that night in Vegas, she would eventually imply that she was ready to go public with her relationship with Jay. And in her 2024 Substack article titled Jay-Z, Murder and the Mistress, the journalist would also claim that following Kathy's death, she would hear from sources that Kathy had told Jay she had planned to go public about their relationship, and that she had...
Okay, we got some big news coming out of the Middle East right now, specifically the Red Sea region. Let me run this all by you. First point, very important, Saudi Arabia has officially stated that Iran cannot use their airspace in any sense whatsoever for an attack on Israel. They will use their own means to destroy whatever flies over their airspace. Second, and very important, the country of Egypt has now announced they will not be defending Israel in any capacity. Israel will be left on their own to whatever Iran wants to do. Now stick with me, I got something else for you. Now there's a big indicator that this means the attack will most likely come from Yemen up the Red Sea and try to hit Israel if there's going to be some sort of big retaliation from Iran. But check this out. The reason why I'm pointing this out is because you had a major shift with the USS Laboon and the USS Cole destroyers who have now shifted into the Red Sea, most likely to prevent some sort of strike or attack, once again, from Yemeni territory up that narrow corridor up through the Red Sea. But again, a lot of speculation. Nonetheless, a lot of people are still speculating something big will happen.
So many earthquakes, it's crazy.
I have no knowledge of how the spirit itself happened to be in the place where I found it.
As I've stated previously, when I found it, it was on top of the ground. It was not embedded. I saw no charred marks, no big indentations in the ground. In fact, it looks as if someone had taken it and set it in the spot. But as to how it got there, I, nor anyone else I know, has any knowledge of this.
Off the table, as I understand it, it moves around the table, won't fall off the edge.
I'd like Dr. Harder, who's our scientific expert, to say more about that.
Yeah, but visually, it comes up as the fact that, you want to make them.
On the fucking mural they got? They talk about the North America, but for the right people's face.
Future North America. Oh, snap, look at that. Dang.
Okay, I'm going to try and proceed with this very calmly here, but this is a big one. This is probably the biggest video I'm probably going to do. Stephen Greer, Dr. Stephen Greer, has just released all of the information regarding everything that he said him and his colleagues are doing at Disclosure Project on his website, dpiarchive.com. Now, before I say any of this, I strongly suggest for any of you that are interested in learning more about this, who have been following me for a while on all things related to the UFO topic, to get your rear end on here and sign up as quickly as possible before this shit gets taken down. Because the shit I'm looking at right now, this is what catastrophic disclosure looks like. If any of this is real, I can't believe what I'm reading here. I've looked through some of the documents already. By the way, kudos to UFOs around the world. Thank you very much for tagging me in this. I've had a read through a few of the documents. If it's fake, it's a bloody good fake. But a lot of the military classified documents in this archive appear to be legitimate on first glance. I need to do a lot more digging. But as far as I'm concerned, if I'm Christian Harloff, which I'll tag you in this video, if I am Ross Coulthard, if I am anyone, I don't know, God, Jesus, I can't even remember names right now. This is so shocking to read. George Knapp, I'll be like this I'll be all over this like flies on shit. This is what catastrophic disclosure looks like. Everything he's been talking about is on here. Everything. The videos on here I've never seen before. They've got all the UFO witnesses and whistleblowers subcategorized by country and region. It's all here. Apparently, according to UFOs around the world, this was dumped recently. So I don't know how recently this has been dumped, but I strongly recommend for anybody to get who works on the journalistic side of this to get on here, because this is what you call a Hail Mary. You want irrefutable proof? It's all right here. So this video is more to spread the word on this. You need to go to dpiarchive.com, sign up with an account, go to archive. It's all here. It's all here. UFO-related secret facilities and all their related information, major historical UFO case files, UFO crash retrieval programs, UFO science and technology, UFO-related government documents that's labeled top secret here. Reports, briefings, white papers by Dr. Stephen Greer, illegal government UFO false flag, UFO videos and photos. I've been looking through that. That shit is just mind-blowing. I've never seen any of these videos before. I've seen some stuff online, but I haven't seen some of these. So very, very interesting. UFOs in media, corruption and more, black budget operations, and obviously CE5, which I know a little bit about, but yeah, that's primarily more to do with collective consciousness, which is a whole nother kettle of fish. But for the most point, if I was a journalist and I saw this is a Hail Mary. Ross Coulthard, this is a Hail Mary. If you want more information, I'm sure he's got plenty, but if you want it all, it's all here. This is what catastrophic disclosure is going to look like. I mean, the size of the kahunas on this man for doing this, kudos to you, sir. Well done. I mean, look at all these people. Look at, okay, France, for example. Let me just click on this. See what comes up. It's still loading. Hang on a minute. Wow. Okay. Email chains, dates, names, everything. It's all here. There's got to be more than 100 whistleblowers here. There's way more. And this is just France. There's like 4 or 5 other countries. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 11 countries on here. Sorry, 12. Wow. That's, yeah. Enough said, guys. Get on dpiarchive.com immediately. Download what you have to download, because I don't think this is going to be live for very long. I'm pretty sure the Office of Global Access will get hold of this, get rid of this very quickly, or worse, Arrow, and try and shut this shit down. This is witness list. There's a witness list. Oh my God. Game over. This is the Hail Mary we've been looking for. Oh my God, the name. Wow. Yeah. I'm done. I need to read through this. I need to read through all of this before it goes. I've given you guys the website. Log on, sign up, have a look for yourself. We need to get people on this. We need to get everyone on this to look at this. This is mad. If this is real, it's game over. It's game over. It's game over for the gatekeepers, for sure. Sweet Jesus.
Yo, I really thought he was going to show us what he was talking about right there, man. And honestly, I'm kind of nervous to go to DPI archive whatever it was, because what if it's a scam? Like, what if you go on there and now you got malware or something? I'm about to look it up on my phone. Let's see. DPIarchive.com. You got to sign up. Bro. I don't know if I'm signing up for that, but if anyone else has ever been on DPI Archive, man, send me them videos, send me whatever he was talking about, man, because I want to know exactly what's going on.
You want to hear something interesting?
Yep.
If you want to know whether or not a person has like schizophrenia or
Okay.
some other type of delusional disorder or psychosis,
Mm-hmm.
smell their underarms. I'm not going to advise you to put your face near other parts, right? But yeah, smell their underarms, even after washing, wearing deodorant, whatever. Thing about people with schizophrenia, delusional disorders, and other things like that,
Okay.
there is an unmistakable and never-changing body odor.
Okay, just give me a second.
A few moments later.
Oh my God, people, she was right. And I never knew this. Probably because I'm not a psychiatrist, but wow. And it's been around from like 1960s. Shit.
Y'all, the commentator just said it has been illegal for the last 100 years for anyone to swim in this river. And a few days ago, no one was allowed in it because of the level of pollution. And now they're having the Olympics in it?
Yeah, that's a little strange, isn't it? I'm good.
Do you know that your life can be at risk if you're not following this one precaution, especially when you're eating chia seeds? I know that chia seeds have become like super popular in the recent times, and I know that most of you are eating it on a daily basis. Yes, it has a lot of health benefits, but it should not be eaten raw. Like, you cannot pop in some chia seeds and drink some water and think everything is going to be fine. No, you should always soak chia seeds in water or in any liquid for 1 to 2 hours before consuming it. This is because chia seeds can absorb water 27 times its weight. So what will happen is, if you're just going to pop in some chia seeds, or if you're going to eat them raw, then what's going to happen is it's going to stick on the walls of your esophagus, and whenever you're drinking water or eating some food, it's going to absorb all the water and it's going to expand in your throat, which is totally not safe, and it's very harmful. And there has been a recent case where a man had eaten raw chia seeds and it had gotten stuck in the throat, and it was a major critical condition he was in, and the doctor had to take everything out. So please eat your chia seeds only after soaking them in water or any liquid for at least 1 to 2 hours. I hope this helps.
Hey guys, so it is time for a video because I have received messages from over a dozen people involved with the current Beast Games. For those of you who don't know, Beast Games is a competition show ran by Mr. Beast that will be on Amazon Prime. It is being marketed as the biggest competition show ever. I'll talk more about that later. On to the messages. So the messages that I have received from contestants on the show are pretty much all telling a similar story, and I find them to be very disturbing. Some of the messages are from people who have competed and they've been eliminated. Some of the messages are from people who are still competing, and some of them are from people that I personally know who are involved on the show and still doing so. These people are genuinely upset about how things are going. They're scared for not only their own safety, but the safety of their friends who are still competing. They aren't doing this out of spite. They're doing this because they are afraid for themselves and for their friends. As of right now, I have 10 stories from 10 different people, and none of them have shared their stories with each other, and I will be talking more about them in the future. I have personally worked in entertainment and on sets for almost 2 decades, and what is going on here is beyond disgusting and extremely dangerous. I wanted to read you one of the messages with the permission of one of the contestants to give you an idea of why I'm so upset and why I simply just can't let this go. It's absolutely not okay. So I'm going to read to you her message. I was a contestant until the end. I also didn't accept their hush money. It was really bad. People were having seizures because they were not getting medication, even though we were promised we would. And it was 100% rigged. They presented it as though the game would be like Squid Games, basically a type of game show where all the games are an even playing field. That was not at all the case. All the games were about speed and strength, so only the young athletic males were at an advantage over the women, and elderly people were also casted. To make things worse, men started realizing that they could take out the women without being eliminated. Guys started tackling and hitting women. 2 girls were tackled and passed out on the field and were dragged off to continue filming. I saw people with broken bones, stitches, etc., and most were women. We were given maybe 400 calories a meal and only fed every 12 hours. Food would run out and people would fight over, steal, and hoard food. Water was scarce and kept running out as well. I had to sit with a bloody pad for 2 days before I could get undergarments and my reusable pads because I'm allergic to regular pads. We were also sleep deprived, only allowed 3 to 4 hours. We all slept on the floor in the stadium in a $10 sleeping bag. I get that people saying it's a game show and it's not meant to be easy. I'm not saying it should be easy, but it was presented like Squid Games, where competitions were not biased and didn't exclusively cater to young athletic men. People who went signed up for Squid Games, not for American Ninja Warrior and Survivor. Why else would they cast elderly people on the show?
Right.
They offered anyone who lost $1,000 to sign away their rights to join any kind of class action lawsuit of any kind. I didn't sign, so I didn't get the money. After this article came out and things started blowing up, they called everyone back and decided to offer an additional $1,000 per person to make up for any of the inconveniences. They knew it was bad because they also offered to provide therapy through their insurance, and it wasn't Amazon Prime that called me, it was Mr. Beast's crew. We were set up to fail, and when the men started tackling people to get them out, nothing was done about it. They were not even eliminated. The game that had to do with the briefcase, it felt literally like Hunger Games. While Mr. Beast is standing on his podium, looking down, watching all of us peasants fight for a chance at 5 million. I know it's a game show, and I know it's not meant to be easy, but even with a waiver, it is a company's responsibility to have safety protocols in place to try to prevent injuries. That is not what was happening here. The fact that the nurses at the hospital in Las Vegas are also confirming all of the injuries that happened is proof. They did not have to sign an NDA. And 5 of us so far have tested positive for COVID. Also, someone was allowed to go in with pink eye, which of course is also contagious. Now, this contestant has shared even more details with me, and I'll keep you updated. I have even more statements to come. And just as someone who has worked in entertainment and on sets, huge professional sets for years, I've seen people being treated different ways, but this is absolutely unacceptable.
That is wild.
Hey, what? I haven't even slept yet, but here we are. So they've unlocked consciousness, and it connects to the entire universe, they say. It's just a simple quantum wave that can interact with everything that's ever existed. Casual. This article starts by saying there's no universally accepted scientific explanation of where consciousness comes from or where it lives. However, there's new work building off of a 1990s theory that consciousness is a quantum process facilitated by microtubules in the brain's nerve cells. So almost like those are the channels that it's streamed through. So this theory has it that consciousness as a wave function will go through these microtubules, and just like every quantum wave, it has properties like superposition and entanglement. Superposition is the ability to be in many places at the same time, and entanglement is the potential for two particles that are very far away to be connected, which was proven by the 2022 Nobel Prize. It's asserted that this is possible because of a fractal pattern occurring in our universe. Sacred geometry, the golden ratio, Fibonacci spiral, and basically when you have a heightened state of consciousness, your consciousness can entangle with quantum particles outside of your brain anywhere in the universe, theoretically. Initially, they thought it was only possible that this could occur under certain conditions, not possible in a brain, except quantum biology is actually proving this to be not the case. Here are the details of the study, and basically the results are that they lasted thousands of times longer than the expected coherence and more than long enough to perform the biological functions required to prove this theory. Findings published in the journal at the bottom. That's a lot to digest, but it roughly means we're stuck in a lane or route of a cosmic fractal shape that is shared by other realities, which are also stuck in their trajectories, meaning like we can't cross paths. It's asserted that when we ponder what-if scenarios, we're actually getting information about versions of ourselves in other universes who are also navigating this same type of track. We're all connected to the greater universe, which is how this is all possible, allegedly. Sounds a lot like the collective consciousness, or what we describe as God. I know this is something that's been said in different words for millennia. I just love connecting science and spirituality, so I hope you guys enjoy. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and like and follow for more. Thanks, bye.
Yo. That mug just fell straight out the sky. Like straight down. Yeah, that's messed up.
If you have not heard about everything that's on a recall right now, you're gonna want to watch this video because I'm gonna tell you everything that's under a recall in 60 seconds. So starting off strong, the FDA has issued a recall update for the cheese products at the highest risk level. So this extension is including nearly 2 million pounds of Grande cheese, and here's all the products if you want to pause and read. They're saying that these cheese products were distributed to all these states if you want to look at that too. And then the FDA and the CDC are continuing to investigate the salmonella outbreak that's likely tied to cucumbers. They're saying that these recalled cucumbers were grown in Florida and shipped to 14 states between May the 17th and the 21st. Then here's the current map of the salmonella outbreak that's linked to cucumbers by the state. The FDA has also issued a sunscreen recall that has prompted a nationwide warning. This recall is based off of the skincare company called Suntegrity. And basically it's like a sunscreen foundation, and these are all the shades that are recalled. There's also nearly 30,000 pounds of cookie dough that's under a recall. They're saying that these products were sold at Costco, Sam's Club, and Panera, and a few others. And then they were shipped to all of these states if you want to pause and read. And these are the products that are under a recall for this one. I give you these news roundups every day, so make sure you add me and come back to me tomorrow.
All of that just made my stomach hurt.
Okay, so this guy here is called a Matamata. He is from South America, like the Amazon area. So look at his cool shell. See how it's all got all those cool ridges and stuff? And his head is designed, let me show you. His head, so what they'll do when they're laying at the bottom of the like rivers and lakes and stuff is they'll put their head flat on the ground, super close, and then all of these, they will naturally start moving around, just look like leaves or different type of vegetation or foliage that's naturally in the water. But his head, when it's fully extended like this, looks like a log. So what they'll do is they'll just kind of hang on the ground, and then, so what they do is they'll open their mouth and they actually open it, and then it sucks all the stuff in. They primarily eat like small fish. And then the way their mouth is formulated, they actually can't, like, they don't chew or anything. They just kind of go straight down. Oh, wow. So kind of a weird thing. They'll get, this isn't a very large one. I mean, it's a good size one, but they can get a lot bigger. He's maybe be like 25, 30 pounds. They can get about 40 to 50 pounds. So he'll get much bigger. And then also maybe about 3 times the size. The shell will get much larger. Their head will get a little bit bigger. But this guy is absolutely incredible. We're so stoked to I don't know, just see him keep on growing it.
So yeah, when I'm looking at the shell of this turtle, I mean, I'm guessing it's a turtle. It don't look like a turtle, but when you look at the shell, it looks like some land here, you know, like the earth, and how you have these mountains and these ridges and things. And then it's starting to make me think about, you know, the ancient indigenous people talking about Turtle Island. I know people have heard about Turtle Island before, how we live on Turtle Island. I mean, I can see it. Turtles move slow.
He lives right back here in the pond. He lives over in that back corner back there. You guys saw me get him out. It's a little bit hard, but we're super excited. There's plenty of little fish in there if he wants to eat them. It looks like he has been, so we're stoked that he's thriving here at the zoo.
Yo, check this out. You hear that? That's static electricity when I reach my hand out over the edge. Wish I could shoot lightning bolts out of my fingers. This is wild. Crazy being up on top of a mountain in a thunderstorm. But check out that view down there. That is awesome. Absolutely beautiful out here, and the rain is kind of going sideways and up.
That's weird.
Ooh, man, that just shocked me. Ouch. Probably not safe to be up here, but here we
Like, what's causing that? What's causing static electricity? Like, as soon as you come off the ledge, you get static electricity. What's causing that? Is there like an invisible field around here, or invisible dome or something? Or is it because they don't want people to like fly drones or cameras or anything into this area? You know, maybe the static electricity interferes with it. I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think.
we are. I paid $20 to get in. I'm gonna get my money's worth. Look at the hair on my arm. It's standing up. But I'm not gonna risk it too much. I think we'll call it good there.
Well, Francie did it this time. Don't think he'll be hosting the Olympics anytime soon. Already had bad reviews about the Olympics in France. Already. But guys, this took the cake. So Aisha Curry and Steph Curry's mom was going to their car, and allegedly a police officer hit the 3-month baby in the head. You heard me right. Actually hit the baby in the head, trying to keep them from getting to their vehicle. Guys, when I tell you this is out of hand, this is crazy. Steph Curry's mom is throwing a fit. Aisha Curry's in tears. And Draymond Green actually came in and tried to bring some sense to the situation. But they wasn't trying to hear it. Take a look at this guy.
Touch your baby. I told you to baby.
Hey, she in another country acting like she got some pool over there. You in France. This is not America.
So even after him hitting the baby in the head, there's still nothing y'all can do to get them out of here? I'm not touching.
As of 2 o'clock this afternoon, there is a total of 107 confirmed cases and 5 suspected cases linked to this outbreak. This shows a trending down in case numbers being notified compared to earlier last week. And as I said, I'm confident we've now passed the peak of cases. Earlier this week, we had a detection of Legionella bacteria on a sample from a cooling tower in Laverton North. The tower was visited early in our investigations on the 30th of July. It was disinfected within 24 hours of that visit. The team has again been on site twice this week to resample the identified tower and carry out further precautionary disinfection. Today's development is significant, and I'm confident that we've now located the source of this outbreak. We're working closely with the operator of the cooling tower to understand how this Legionella bacteria grew in the tower, and they've been supporting us closely with this investigation. While the hazard has been controlled and case numbers are decreasing, there may be some individuals who have developed symptoms but perhaps not yet come forward for testing. Therefore, my advice to the community does remain the same, that if you have symptoms, please seek medical advice, especially if you've been in metropolitan Melbourne prior to feeling unwell. What we do know is that most cases linked to this outbreak appear to have been exposed to Legionella between the 5th and the 20th of July, and they've then presented with symptoms on or after the 15th of July.
I don't know if any...
I never heard of that. Legionella? Never heard of it before, but I guess something's going on around in Australia. So we got Listeria, we got Legionella. What's next?
Anyone else be seeing this shit today, but like I'm looking at the reflection of the sun in the water right now, and you see there's like a rainbow around it. Like, you look up, I'm gonna try to block out the sun.
Yeah, you can see it.
Does anyone else see that? There's a huge like rainbow just going around the sun. That's fucking sick.
Yep, I've seen that before. It's a little weird.
Something's about to happen, and TikTok does not want us to know. I've already seen so many of my favorite followers being banned for no reason with no warning, and I didn't think it could happen to me. Lo and behold, just yesterday, I opened the app, I was logged out, went to log in, and it says, "You've been permanently banned." For what, you might ask? Well, there is no explanation, because I did not violate any terms of service. I uploaded videos talking about weird things that are going on in the world right now. And in the past 6 weeks, I gained almost 11,000 followers and 1.5 million views. And this isn't just me. This is happening to everyone that is talking about things TikTok doesn't like. And it's not against terms of service. I'm done being angry, and I'm getting back on here, and I'm going to continue talking. So if you want to hear about what's going on right now, please give me a follow.
The omens don't look good. We've seen the US increasing its deterrence in the region, making that highly unusual move to publicize the fact that a submarine armed with cruise missiles is being deployed to the Middle East. We already know that there is an aircraft carrier strike group off the coast of Israel. The Pentagon says it will accelerate another strike group into the region. We've seen a squadron of F-22s placed in an airbase in the region. We've seen more land-based air defense systems. So the US has an incredible and impressive array of military assets in this region right now. And it comes just over after this weekend when Iran doubled down on its threat, saying it was committed to respond against Israel for the assassination of Ismail Haniyeh in Tehran, the Hamas leader, just at the beginning of the month. And a statement from Hezbollah doubling down too, saying they will respond. Their response, they say, will be inevitable and it will be painful.
Damn. Where was that at?
I'm really a snitch for this, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it. If you ever go to the hospital and you're in pain and you request pain medication from the doctor and you don't receive the pain medication from the nurse, you should ask the nurse for the pain medication, verify what the pain medication is, and if you still don't receive it, reach out to the doctor again, let him know that you have already reached out to the nurse, you haven't received the pain medication. The reason why I say this is because there are health disparities that exist. There are nurses who may judge patients and think that they may be abusing medications, if you will, and they will try to hold a medication from a patient. That's not right. If you tell us that you're in pain, which is subjective, as a nurse, we're supposed to give you the pain medication, period.
This is a public service announcement. Please share this information widely. Out of an abundance of caution, the list behind me is a voluntary recall from the FDA regarding various produce that is actually an expansion of an earlier recall from July 12th from cucumbers now to multiple types of produce that were shipped out from Weir's Farms to multiple retailers in the United States, mainly at Walmart, Aldi, and Kroger, because there is concern that it could be contaminated with a bacteria called Listeria monocytogenes. Fortunately, no one has been sick to date, but we have to be careful because this bacteria can make people very sick. While listeriosis only affects about 1,600 Americans each year, it has a high case fatality rate. About 1 in 6 non-pregnant people will pass away due to a listeria infection. The people who are at highest risk of severe disease are either pregnant, elderly, or immune compromised. The symptoms can vary widely. Usually you have a fever and flu-like symptoms, but you could also have headaches, confusion, stiff neck, and seizures. If you suspect that your produce is a part of this recall or you are not sure, please discard as soon as possible.
Man, at this point, I don't even want the vegetables that they're growing. I don't know what's good for you, what's bad for you. You might as well just give me the chemicals. You know what I'm saying? Because if I eat the vegetation, I might get sick. I eat the chemicals, I might get sick.
Information. What's the new timeline that we need to know about?
More timeline.
Please go on. In October. Tell us more about our current timeline.
The milestone.
Know the difference between. How would we know the difference between fake and real?
The character shows. That's where he wants.
That's where you want.
Uh-oh. Fully loaded with rockets. Something's about to go down.
So this is currently Sentosa Beach, and it's completely turned into an oil beach. It's quite thick. There's no way anyone could survive swimming in this.
No way.
They have completely put this. They barricaded the beach all the way through Tanjung Beach, and workers are trying to do whatever they can. They've brought in a truck of some sort of a fabric that would probably catch all of this awful black oil along the shoreline. This is crazy. If you look at it, oh my, look at that. It's really thick.
That's crazy.
So many fish would have died. It looks like a lava. So this is where the water comes in. They're trying to put a sort of like a line there to prevent the oil coming in this direction. So if you intend to go for a swim, at the beach, you might want to reconsider and probably just go to the rivers of Singapore if there's any, or swimming parks. That's it for now. Bye.
Oh, well. New Mandela effect or just slip-in memories? Actually, there's quite a few little new Mandela effects. Why don't we go through them all? But let's first, let's start with the one that initiated Auntie even wanting to make this video in the first place. One that it has to do everything to do. I'm done. The Mandela effect of when Auntie used to be able to talk. Do you remember those times? Good times. No, I digress. Walmart. Are you from the dimension? The cool one, where Jiffy was still peanut butter, where Fruit of the Looms definitely always have had a cornucopia around the fruit, where Darth Vader said, "Luke, I am your father," and the dimension where Hannibal Lecter gave us all nightmares when he said, "Hello, Clarice." Not, "Good morning." Ooh, bone chilling. Journey with me into the world where Walmart once upon a time had fish tanks. Yes, in fact, yes, it did. Once upon a time, Walmart sold fish. And I do believe that some of the stores sold hamsters, if I'm remembering correctly. But I know for a fact, yes, in fact, Walmart donned fish tanks.
They
Are
did.
you from that dimension? I am, I know, hands down, because I actually bought my son a fish from Walmart, which ironically rolled back only 3 days after we bought it. To its back. Oh, man.
Yo, who gave Auntie Colette an edible, man? She feeling herself right now.
That's where they got rolled back from. Oh, origins. Yeah. I digress. That was horrible. Y'all, did Auntie literally just switch dimensions right before your very eyes? Did you notice that? The first part of my video was dark. Not like emotionally dark, but physically dark. And then suddenly, boom, it was bright. Ooh, I hope I slid back. Can somebody tell me if Jiffy exists now? Because I miss it. It was good. Anyways, the other Mandela effects that got me scratching my noggin because, ooh, anybody of my generation can tell you, something's amiss with the Wizard of Oz. Do y'all remember the Scarecrow, the Lion, and the Tin Man carrying weapons at some point? Because they do now. In fact, the old Scarecrow, he carries a pistola, a pew-pew. The Tin Man carries a wrench of some sort, and the Lion carries a massive mallet, a big old hammer. Yeah, I don't remember any of that. Do you? I don't know. Well, let me know in the comments, yo.
Man, look, Auntie was definitely off the edible, but check it out. What if they purposely do these Mandela effects to confuse us all, just to confuse history so no one really knows what's going on? And what if they've been doing it time and time again? You know, like what if they're doing it in the past and we didn't have a way to fact check things the way we do now? You know, like we didn't have the internet to go back and try to search images of Fruit of the Loom with cornucopias to be able to prove that there was a Mandela effect. Back in the day, you couldn't do that. You would just sit there and think like, dang, wasn't this that way before? So I feel like they have purposely been doing this over the years.
This, my friend, is an authentic piece of Dairy Queen chicken. Okay? And this is an animal. Now, I'm going to give him this. I'm going to set it down. Now watch him. You can eat it. Go ahead. Eat. We're going to leave him for a minute. We're going to walk around. We're going to turn back around. And we're going to go back. And look.
You don't want that?
He's still not eating it. Now look, we'll do this. We'll double the steaks.
You don't want that? What is that?
If the dog won't eat it, neither should you.
My man's wasted $6 on them tenders, though.
Wait. Hold up. I'm coming right back. Y'all seen the 74-year-old that drowned in Lake Lanier today? he was fishing with his wife, and all of a sudden, the screws unbolted on the boat. The man fell and drowned in the water and never resurfaced. Yo, I'd be scared to go fishing in that water. Like, I wonder if this was something that they always done. Like, rest in peace to the man. I feel so sorry that this happened. But yo, this is scary. And then his wife was there. His wife seen everything. Yo, I don't even want to ride past that lake. I don't want to look at that lake. None of that. You hear me? Y'all, I'm petrified. Oh my God. How the screws got unbolted from the bottom. Yo, I just can't unsee it. Baby, I'd be scared. Rest in peace to the man, the 74-year-old. And my condolences go to the wife. I'm sorry about this happening. But yo, I'm sorry. I can't do Lake Lanier. Like, every time you see something about this, you know, this lake, it's some weird stuff that happened. And you know, they say that's date back to years ago with the ancestors and stuff that happened there. Y'all know. But, yo, rest in peace to them. Rest in peace to him. And my condolences to the wife. I'm scared of that leak.
Do you see that? Just popped out of the bottom of the sun. And that's not the only one. It's happening all around the sun. And these are only what appeared over the past 48 hours. I made a video just the other day about a couple of these objects. When I checked today, I couldn't believe how many there were. And there's still something obstructing the view of the sun. It happens once every 24 hours and it lasts for approximately 1 hour. This has been happening for almost 2 weeks, if not more. Here you will see one of those objects and a solar flare in the same video. These are not solar flares. Up until a week ago, I haven't ever seen this before. And for it to coincide with the sun being obstructed every day for at least a couple weeks, there's got to be a connection. What are we missing? What aren't we seeing?
Yo, what's this? Looks like the ground's splitting in half or something. Oh, nah. He just standing right there on top of it. Yeah, no, I'm out of there.
와, 쌌어 그래 제가. 가진 갈 험식 왔은 거야. 아봐. 가진 거야.
That's crazy. The earth really be moving.
Boom. Right there. Massive energy blast. Now, I zoomed in on this. This is Vance Air Force Base in Oklahoma. This is the NEXRAD base reflectivity. And now we're gonna get a real extreme close-up of this one. Boom, boom.
Whoa.
There it is.
What was that?
August 6th at 14:31 UTC, which is 12:30. This 4-hour difference. And it's got some crazy stuff happening right here, right before it. But anyway, that's in terms of the scale, decibel hertz, this is way up in the top of the scale here. You can see, way at the top of the scale, even blue, pretty much at the upper boundary of this. So something happened there today on this Air Force Base in Vance Air Force Base in Oklahoma. Yeah, and that about wraps it up. I wanted to get all this documented. People have been messaging me, and I've been so busy with everything else, but...
Interesting.
Did you know that the 16-hour flight between New York and Hong Kong follows a huge straight line? The flight lasts almost 17 hours and covers approximately 8,195 miles.
A straight line.
It's incredible. The flight is now passing over the North Pole of planet. The interesting thing is that the flight follows a perfectly straight line. After passing through the North Pole, that plane is already close to Asia, and is now heading south. Notice that on the globe the flight followed a straight line the entire way. Comment which city are you watching this video from?
Imagine having so many symptoms. You think you have MS, you think you're going to have a stroke, you think you're going to have a heart attack. You're going to ER visit after ER visit, and everybody just tells you that it's stress, and you find out it's your memory foam mattress.
That's messed up.
B and C, and it's okay. But like I told Barack, if I reach something where there's a fundamental disagreement we have based on a moral principle, I'll develop some disease and say I have to resign.
Yo, y'all need to be more aware and be more prepared before things turns out wrong. Basically, the weather people ain't telling y'all everything. The water is hot. The sharks is coming closer and closer and closer to the shores. So, like, they finding it kind of strange. A lot of sea creatures are being seen in the northern area where they really supposed to be in the southern waters. Meaning, like, these creatures are used to being in warmer water. But the thing is, the waters are hot. So, one thing I know, nature not gonna lead you wrong. Nature gonna lead by example. And I just feel like they know, but I feel like they don't want to tell us. But we have to be aware and look at things too. If you look at the weather period, just look at how hot it is now compared to years ago. It's getting hotter and hotter and hotter as the years go. Something is definitely going on with the water, and I don't know if it could be like I don't know if it's like a underwater earthquake. I don't know, like volcano. I don't know, but it's getting hot to where, like, y'all see how they always fixing on the roads? They gonna constantly be fixing on the roads because the heat temperatures, I mean, they gonna stay cracking. But you definitely need to pay attention to nature. Nature is gonna let you know something is going wrong. Since when we seen, like sharks swimming that far to the shore, coming that close? Like, these animals are used to being pushed out in the waters. Something is not right, but I know I don't want no hurricane to come here. A lot of people, some people can't afford to be leaving the city, but you're gonna have to do what you have to do if it push come to shove. But I don't want to have to deal with no more hurricanes. But y'all, just pay attention to the water. Just pay attention to the animals. Pay attention to nature. Just look up things and just see how the weather is going. Look and see what, suspicious activity you done seen with the sea creatures. It's just, things not normal.
Yeah, y'all, I don't trust the water anyway. I mean, why would I trust the ocean? If I go in the ocean and I go under the water for a couple minutes, I'm a goner. I'm not meant to swim in the ocean. I'm just saying. At least I don't think so.
Where is this car that's reflecting on this Boston Pizza window? It's a Corvette C8.
Yo.
I seriously don't
No
see
Lambo
that
out
car
there.
anywhere. Where's that car?
Where is that car?
Where is that car? Hello, where's that car? Where is this car?
Yo, where's the car?
You know how you know something's going wrong in America? Well, the #1 company in America, as far as something that many Americans would frequent, you know, once or twice a week for their families, their sales are plummeting to the point where this company, their lines are empty and no one's going there no more. Do you know what company that is? And this is going to shock you because this name is worldwide.
Okay. Which I think the company is. Not Walmart. There's always people at Walmart. I mean, it could be Walmart. Is it Walgreens? Kroger's. I don't know, man. Y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think he about to say.
And if they're going down, you can imagine what's happening to the rest of these companies that are similar to this. But McDonald's, guys, McDonald's sales are plummeting. On the screen right now, you're going to see a chart. And you'll see that their sales have gone on a downward spiral.
Now, I don't see how that correlates in real life. I'm just being honest because I can never go past the McDonald's and there's not a long line. There's always a long line at McDonald's. Maybe it's because now they don't, no one's eating inside McDonald's. You got like no one that helps you at the register. I don't know. Here in my city, right, they've got these new McDonald's. They've like upgraded them all and you can't even talk to anybody to order your food. You got to come in and play with the screen and then wait for your number to pop up. And you know what I'm saying? Well, what if you just want to order something with somebody? What if you got a question? You can't even ask that no more. So I think that's like making a lot of the older crowd like, I'm not messing with McDonald's no more. So I could see it, I guess.
To the point.
I can't make this shit up, y'all. We spilled blue cheese in the car and now the car is covered in blue cheese mold.
Ugh.
I kid you fucking not. Look at this shit. It looks like cat hairs or like soap is stuck everywhere.
Ugh. Y'all eat that? I don't. Ugh. What happened at this nuclear plant? We all breathing this in now.
Okay, we got more northern lights and more meteors tonight. The Perseid meteor shower that peaked last night is still going on tonight. So if you live on Earth, most of you, and have clear skies tonight, go outside and look up and you can enjoy meteors all night long. Now the northern lights, however, there's another geomagnetic storm. Last night we had enhanced auroras all over the United States. It was amazing. I got these pictures, even with one of the Perseid meteors going right through the northern lights. What a bucket list item, like, to capture. What? Well, we did it just with smartphones. So on my live streams here on TikTok, I'm showing you guys how to capture this stuff with your smartphones, because your eyes in a lot of areas might not see that you have auroras going on where you live. But if you go out, use a tripod, set it on there and do a long exposure, your phone will pick it up, and it's pretty cool. So I'm going to put at the end of this video a little tutorial of that, and hopefully it helps you, and good luck seeing the meteors tonight and the northern lights, and make sure you're following me because I will be live tonight with the telescope on the moon, Saturn, the northern lights, and the meteor showers. If we see the northern lights here. I hope we do. See you there. Oh, and the cat says hi. Mainly on an iPhone, you can go to photo, and in the photo mode, you're going to see a window like this when you're ready to take a photo. All right, you see those menus. Just hit the caret on the top center. Now it brings up a different menu across the bottom while you're in photo mode. Over on the right is is like a brightness thing. That's at -7, and over on the left is the moon, with lines in a circle, weird looking thing, that's yellow, so that's turned on, and then the flash is turned off. We're gonna click the moon, and we're messing with how long our exposure is. Right now that's at 5 seconds. Oops. Let's go ahead and move this up to 30 and do a likes race, something that we've been doing tonight. So I'm gonna tap, hold on the screen for that block to blink. Now we're lock focused. We're gonna do 30 seconds, 3, 2, 1, go.
That's pretty dope. You learn something new every day. Because I didn't know I could do that on my iPhone. I didn't even know I had a long exposure. I thought that was something on the Google phones. But hey, but man, isn't it weird that as of recent, like in the last year or two, right, we've heard a lot about northern lights and being able to see the northern lights and these auroras. But I just feel like prior to that, we didn't hear anything about northern lights. Like if you did, you were on a plane somewhere and you miraculously recorded it, or you were way up north in like Alaska. But now we're seeing them like in the States. So something's definitely up.
So I'm not scared of aliens, just want to clarify this. The reason I did that video a couple of weeks back, and people are still messaging me to this day, just right at this moment as well, which has made me do this video, is the fact that I'm scared that I've been lied to, and and I've been fooled, like millions and millions of other people, that this is not alien, this is demonic. That would make me scared, and I'm going to explain why. If this is demonic, and these are demonic beings, then a lot of these religious books that myself has been ignorant to are potentially real, potentially true, potentially a playbook. There is also the scenario, and I'm playing this, and I'm on the fence at the minute, religion, the fence, the UFO and alien topic, and I'm right on this fence. I'm dipping into the religious stuff, I'm balls deep in the UFO stuff. But the more I delve into this religion, the more I tie it to the UFO research that I've done for 25 years. And I cannot dismiss it. Now, if this is demonic, this is not good. This makes sense when it says Satan had dominion over the planet. We're screwed. The world's screwed. What's happening now just in the UK? We are screwed. And what happens to people like me that are non-believers? That's what I'm scared about, because I don't necessarily believe in a God. I don't not believe in a God, and I do not. Let me get my words right.
He's indifferent.
I believe there's something. That's why I went from atheist to agnostic. I believe there's something that created everything. I don't believe of what our science comes up with. Oh, Big Bang, everything. No. I think that's bullshit. It's primitive. It's a primitive scientific explanation for what created the universe, in my opinion. It's too perfect. It is too perfect. There has to be some creation, some sort of God. Is it the God that are in these books? Potentially. I need to research it, and then by researching it, I might follow it. I don't know. But I have opened myself up to God, and I have opened myself up to praying a little bit here and there, trying to reach out. Something's pulling me to religion. Something is pulling me to religion. I can't deny that. And that's only been over the last few weeks, by the way. I've been anti-religion, all of a sudden, bang. And since I went against Jesus in that video with Eamon Hillman, when that bottle, not that bottle, but a bottle fell flying off that counter, something changed in me, and something pulling me towards the religious side. And I know people say, oh, you're religious nut and stuff like that. No, religious people aren't nutters. Just like UFO people aren't nutters. The conclusion I'm coming to are, they're both the same. They're both just looking at this from a different angle. Yes, I've just changed into a hoodie because I've just had to go sort my daughter out and she puked all over my t-shirt, so just get that out of the way. Yeah, I've changed into a hoodie. We're looking at it from a different angle. So the religious people looking at it from the religious books, the people that are non-religious looking at it from, oh, it's aliens and stuff like that. So, but you tie it together, it's connected, and this is what I'm coming to the conclusion to now. There are billions of people that are religious, right? They
He owned
can't all
something.
be wrong. And religion was a big part of history before the 1940s, before Roswell happened and stuff like that. They believed in demons, they believed it was well known about, so why should we all of a sudden dismiss this? Because we're being told to dismiss this. There's no such thing as any of this. It's all nuts, it's all bonkers, everything's bonkers. They let religion carry on doing what they're doing, and they hide the UFO topic, they won't release it. It has been acknowledged. if you've been paying attention. It has been acknowledged that it's a real phenomenon. But I'm telling you now, from a non-religious person to other non-religious people, if this is demonic, pick up a religious book and start looking into it, because we could 100% have been told the biggest lie in history. And this could be why they're trying to dwindle out the religious side of things. 100%. This is why you look at the United Kingdom, which speak about my own country, for example, say it's a Christian country. No, I would not say it's a Christian country. Most of the people I know are not religious people. They don't believe in anything. So 100% the UK, in my opinion, is not a Christian country anymore. It's not a Christian country. I'd say it's more atheist, maybe a bit of agnostic. Not a Christian country, one little bit. That's just my interpretation. You can go about these stats and say, oh, well, these people. How many follow it? How many truly follow it, though?
None.
All I say to people is stay on the fence. If you've deep dived the UFO stuff, there's no harm in delving into those religious books, because those religious books, there's a lot of things that you can corroborate with the UFO topic. That is the stuff I'm scared of. If what I've been researching and dismissing is actually one, we've got a problem. We've got a huge problem when you look at the planet and what's going on the planet around the world right now, wars, and what's going on in the UK right this moment in time, and everything that's being pushed out there. And if you've deep dived the UFO stuff, you'll know the sinister side of things. So you'll see that's a demonic side. So it makes sense for it to be a demonic thing. 100% it makes sense. People just need to look at it. Don't.
You know, I think he might be on to something there. Guys, I'll be honest. I've never read the full Bible. If you've read the full Bible front to back, let me know in the comment section. And the reason for me not doing so is because when I look at it, man, that's a thick book, man. I'm like, yo, this is pretty intimidating. I don't know if I really want to read that. It's like trying to go read the newest Harry Potter book, and you ain't even read the first one, and the page is like, you know, the book like this big, got 1,000 pages. You're like, man, I ain't never finna finish this. You know, you might read the first 2 chapters, set it down, and not touch it for a while, because it's like, I got so much to go. But one day I will sit down and actually read it page for page and see if these things correlate. Because like he said, man, I'm balls deep into the UFO stuff, into all of that, but I'm just kind of dibbling and dabbling into the religion stuff, you know? So, hey, one day I will. Is that 2 suns? Guys, what's going on here? What is it? 2 suns? Something else in the sky? So look, the other video we had, they were talking about sun halos, right? There's a sun halo here. You just can't really see it as well as you can on these other days. If you look around this big, whatever that is, I don't know if that's the sun or what that is, but the big ball that's glowing, if you look around that in a circle, you'll start to see like a color halo, you know, from the sun. That right there, it just makes me question a lot. Like, what exactly is that? Why is it reflecting that way? And why is it a perfect circle around the sun? Where do these halos come from? And I don't want to hear no scientific definition about some crystals suspended in air and the way that the sun reflects off of these. I don't want to hear that. Literally. That's how it is. It's crazy. Leeds riots.
I hope y'all are paying attention to everything that they're finding listeria in now. Produce, silk milk, the deli meat. They're finding listeria in everything. I'm scared to go grocery shopping.
Silk milk.
Here's a conspiracy theory I think might be true. Last week, a Tesla crashed through a wall of my house. I was home when it happened. The first thing I did was check to make sure my roommate was okay. Then I called 911. Then I went outside and started taking pictures of the crash. My first picture was at 5:07 p.m. My first picture of the tow truck drivers trying to take the Tesla out of here was at 5:10 p.m. It had literally just happened minutes earlier, and so I was like, hey, can we pause for a second? Like, the cops are on their way right now, and the tow truck driver actually said to me, fuck you. And I was like, what? Are you kidding me, dude? Like, my house just got ran into. Have some empathy. And no joke, he goes, here's your empathy. And I was like, oh my God, you're being that much of a dick right now? And he goes, get the fuck out of my way. And then he shoved me and he threatened to beat me up and kill me if I didn't let him get the car out of there. So my question is Tesla's automatic crash system alerting tow truck drivers? And are they offering them a bunch of money to get the car out of a situation before news cameras show up? They don't want any more negative press because those tow truck drivers were here so fast and they were so aggressive, there had to be a bunch of money on the line.
Yo, y'all still trust Tesla? I don't. I seen a Tesla the other day and it was just trying to drive. It was stuck, but there was nobody in it. You know, it was like backing out of a parking space. Nobody in that mug. I feel like somebody can control the mugs. Like there's somebody behind the screen with a little bitty joystick like this, a little Atari joystick, and they just controlling all the Teslas all at once. Or they could pick which one they want to control. And then now you got all these Cybertrucks on the road, which those are just giant missiles. You know what I'm saying? Imagine a Cybertruck coming 100 miles per hour into your house or to anything, another car. And imagine if you get all of those on the same time and they just, conspiracy mind going crazy right now.
Okay, I found one. Holy
Oh, wow.
shit.
Hold
I'm
on.
on the video.
Do y'all see that?
Holy crap.
Look at it compared to the trees. That's literally a giant wolf.
Oh my god. He's behind the trees right now.
Anybody ever seen Princess Mononoke?
There he is. God, it's incredible. That's for sure a Grizz, right? Really? Really?
See how it stopped?
Oh, yeah, it's stopped right now.
See how it's moving?
Yeah.
It's trotting.
Oh. Cool. Don't they usually move in packs? Yeah. I'm filming this whole thing. This is... Whoa. Cool. It's giant.
Literally.
Really? You think? Well, the legs are quite long.
See the legs? See how it's doing that run there? And well, that's kind of bear-like, but it's the next one. I swear. The way it's stopping.
Yeah.
See how they off? They stop.
And they look back. I don't know. I'm just assessing. Well.
That is so cool. Nice eye.
Wait a minute. Florida man arrested for using a lost U.S. nuke to power his home for more than 27 years? Yo, my man's a genius.
I'm as corny as Kansas in August. I'm as normal as blueberry pie. No more a smart little girl with...
I'll be honest though, I kind of think that's AI. Just saying, if I look at the pictures.
Strongest earthquake update. August 12th, 2024. Hold on, oh your asses. 630 to earthquakes, Lamont, California swarm. Oklahoma earthquake swarm. Over 60 earthquakes.
Dang. 60?
Be ready in the east. 147 earthquakes at the Hawaii volcano. Have an earthquake plan. Thank you.
Moving to Africa, that's my
I
plan.
have a massive update about the guy I saw with black eyes. I've been tossing this up in the air for a little bit whether I should post a video or not. And I decided to just because I promised a few people that I would keep them updated on what happened. I'm a little confused, I'm not gonna lie. I went into work this morning. My boss told me because Monday is a holiday, he's like, why don't you go ahead and do your Monday route today? That way we don't have to worry about it. Awesome. So I get in my van, I'm making deliveries. I had to stop at that guy's company. I didn't see him in the window. I dropped the part like normal. I got like maybe a mile down the road. I just pulled over because everything in my stomach, in my gut, in my heart was like, you know what, maybe you should have done this before, but let's Google his name. And I Googled his name. I have more questions now than I did before. Because the first thing that popped up was his face, and underneath it, it said obituary, that he died in October of 23. Was I handing parts to a ghost? I'm 100% sure that I am of right frame of mind. I know I was handing that guy parts. And you know, I try to do logical thinking too, like people keep telling me to do. And I'm like, maybe he's got a twin brother. But in what family do you have twins and name them the exact same thing? So that kind of doesn't sit well with me. So that tells me that I handed my parts to somebody that died in October. How is that possible? The next time I see that company, I'm going to walk in and ask them about him. I'm just massively confused, but I wanted to share this because I don't know what to take of this, and I'm hoping for some opinions. I don't want to hear that schizophrenia crap because I know I don't have it. I'm not going to a psychiatrist. I don't need it. I know 110% that I was handing that guy the parts.
Yeah, don't go to the psychiatrist, man. When you, like, I feel like that's how they trap people, right? Like people who say they see things. I just feel like these people have a special power and ability to see things that we can't. You know, they might be able to see into another dimension, and we're not able to see that. But then you go to the psychiatrist, and guess what happens? They put you on some medication, or they throw you in a crazy home. They're going to label you as crazy. You're constantly taking meds now. And now you're one of these homeless people walking down the street talking to yourself. That's literally what happens.
I don't know. I honestly don't. I'm still not going to give up his name or his address. And now, because of respect for his family, I'm at a loss for words. So if anybody knows any ideas, please, like, message me, tell me. I am completely lost right now. I almost quit my job over it.
Oh, serious, Stan.
Anyway, like I said, if you have any questions or you want to chime in on what you think it is, please do so. Until the next one, I love you all. God bless.
That's crazy. So I need to see the first video he was talking about.
My people, what you're seeing is Terrence Howard's working model of his virtual reality patent, live in action, made over 9 years ago, because this is when he posted it in 2015. Said that there's enough energy in here, 1.21 gigawatts, to be able to time travel back to 1955.
What?
Now in this clip, we have another one of Terrence Howard's inventions, which he calls the linchpin, as you can
I've
see.
seen. Yeah, that's pretty
right
cool.
above me. Now this has a propulsion system that doesn't give off any heat or sound. Doesn't that sound familiar? Kind of like the UFOs that they describe of today. and it can even change directions and flip over without losing speed and disappear in the snap of a finger. Now, as you can see, someone called Terrence Howard's inventions futuristic, but I'm a firm believer that there's nothing new under the sun, and anything you can think of has already been done. It's just that we are now remembering. Enter the new age, baby. New sun. We getting all of our information back. Shout out to my ancestors, because I know ancient technology when I see it. Leave in the comments below. Peace and one love.
What is something that doesn't sit right with you?
I'm about to read you this word for word so you don't have to. This information is very researchable. Between 1502 and 1503, Caesar Borgia hired Leonardo da Vinci to be an architect and engineer, in which him and Leonardo da Vinci became intimate lovers in a homosexual relationship. Expressing his love for Caesar, Leonardo painted pictures of him. Caesar's father, Rodrigo Borgia, who later became Pope Alexander VI, under the authority of the Catholic Church elite, had his son's picture up as Jesus Christ in the Western world, and ordered every picture of a black Jesus destroyed. Caesar also had relations with his own sister Lucrezia, and killed his own brother Giovanni in 1497. And this is the man whom the Catholic Church gave their consent to allow his picture to be put up, and to be portrayed as Jesus Christ.
Man, look, if you know, then you know. Because the real ones, we already knew that, man. We knew that the whole image of Jesus, of Jesus, right, is of Caesar. We know that. You can go back in the history books to find that. Just go listen to some John Henrik Clarke when you got some time, and he'll tell you everything you need to know. But it's just crazy how they can mess with history. And now they got the entire world thinking that this guy is the savior for them. And that's who they have on their wall. But yeah, these are some of the most creepy and strange TikToks that are out there. If you like the content, don't forget to subscribe, turn your notification bells on, and until next time, YouTube, peace.